Hello, my name is Radhakrishna. I am working as senior lecturer in chemistry at Government Polytechnic College, Gadwal. In the last class, we have started corrosion, new chapter after finishing of environmental studies. Okay, and in this class, let us learn different factors influencing the rate of corrosion. Okay, different factors influencing the rate of corrosion. Before going further, let's try to recapitulate whatever happens, whatever we have learned in the last class. What is corrosion? If you purchase an iron object which is quite a bit shining and all that, and a new iron object, and leave it out in the outside atmosphere for about a month or two, you will find what will you find? You will find a coating of reddish brown layer, a coating of reddish brown layer on the entire surface area of the iron article. See, if you throw it away today itself, and tomorrow if you keep it outside, and if you watch every day, you cannot see the difference. But if you watch it after a day or a month or two, then you can see the difference, the formation of this reddish brown layer called rusting on the iron. Okay, how it happened? It has happened because of the interaction of iron metal with the surrounding environment, not just atmosphere but with the environment. Even if you bury the iron article in the earth, in the subsoil, then also it undergoes corrosion. So it is not atmosphere alone, it is surrounding. Iron reacts, any metal reacts with the surrounding environment. Because of this, this is in the case of iron, you call it as rusting. Okay, the similar phenomena you can observe. Okay, a green lining formed on the objects made of copper and bronze. If they are left outside to the vagaries of nature, you can find the formation of a greenish layer. Okay, on the objects of copper and bronze, etc. Similarly, when you purchase an ornament from a jewelry shop, a new ornament, it will have a lot of shine. Where it is gold article, gold ornament, or silver article. After bringing home, if you use it regularly, okay, if you wear the ornament regularly and go about your regular work, day-to-day work, after a month or two, you can see, if you observe the ornament, the shine has diminished. The shining of that article or ornament will diminish. Okay, we call that as a tarnishing of gold ornament, gold or silver ornament. What essentially is happening here? In general, whether it is iron or copper or gold or silver or bronze, they are all metals or metallic alloys. Bronze is an alloy, others are pure metals. What's happening is these metals are interacting with the surrounding environmental constituents and reacting. Because of this, we are losing the valuable metal. Actually, we are interested in using pure metal. We manufacture pure metal from their compounds by the process of metallurgy, by spending a lot of energy. Okay, but these metal objects are interacting with the surrounding environment and turning into metallic compounds. To the extent that the metal turns into metallic compounds, we are losing the metal. It is useless for us. Only pure metal is useful to us. So what's happening? From our point of view, we are losing the metal. There is a deterioration or disintegration of the metal. Why? How is it happening? It is happening due to interaction with the surrounding environmental constituents. So how can we define the corrosion? In general, this phenomenon is, in the case of iron, we called it as rusting. In general, this phenomenon is called as corrosion. How do we define corrosion? Is it happening overnight? No, not at all. It's happening over a period of time. So it's happening slowly and steadily. So due to the corrosion, we are losing the valuable metal. So we call it as a dissociation or disintegration or destroying of metal. Okay. So we define the corrosion as the slow and gradual disintegration of metal due to interaction with the surrounding environment or constituents of environment. Okay, slow and gradual disintegration of the metal. We are losing the metal and metal is turning into metallic compounds. It's a chemical reaction. So since we are losing the metal, we call it as disintegration. Okay. So the slow and gradual disintegration of the metal due to interaction with the environmental constituents. It is also called as electrochemical attack of the surrounding environment because this happens via electrochemical path. The mechanism is electrochemical. Okay. So it can also be defined as the slow and gradual disintegration of the metal due to electrochemical attack by the surrounding environment is called as corrosion. Okay, we can call this as that way also. Okay, so the examples are rusting of iron, tarnishing of gold and silver ornaments. It also occurs only slowly and steadily. Okay, so what are the effects of this corrosion? See, iron is the chief structural material for us. We build many articles by iron. Okay, our bridges, overhead bridges, many things, almost in every construction we use iron only. Because of the corrosion, the metal loses its strength. Because of this corrosion, the metal loses its strength. Metal is going away. We are losing the metal. Metal is turning into metallic compounds. The metallic compound will not have the strength of that of the metal. Okay. It will be small layers like individual molecules. So it will not contain the strength of the metal. So because of the corrosion, the metal is being weakened, turning into metallic compounds. It's getting weakened. Okay. Because of this, see, our main structural material is iron. Many of the bridges, many of the boilers, many of the equipment, it's made up of iron itself. And we are losing this iron progressively. Okay, we are losing this iron progressively because of the interaction of the environment with the iron, and iron is getting deteriorated or destroyed or disintegrated. Okay. This leads to this may lead to if not properly maintained, if the corrosion is not contained or stopped. Okay, the bridges or boilers or equipment become weak, and the bridges may collapse. The equipment may collapse. Recently in Vizag, in the Hindustan shipyard, a newly commissioned huge crane collapsed, killing 10 people on the spot. It is said to be due to the corrosion which the company overlooked, and it happened because of the corrosion and the consequent weakening of the metal. By corrosion, the metal turns into metallic compound and the metal becomes weak. And in the Vizag itself, you had the leakage of styrene gas, which is used to make polystyrene. The leakage of styrene gas from LG polymers in Vizag. This is also because of mostly corrosion. Okay, mostly because of corrosion, which weakens the boiler walls. And in the boilers, these gases or steam are built at a very high pressure. Okay, and any weakening of this boiler wall leads to the escape of these gases or steam, and that sometimes it may happen quite violently, leading to the explosion of these cylinders or containers, leading to fatal consequences. Okay, so corrosion is not a phenomenon that can be taken easily. Okay, it's a natural phenomena. It happens across the metals. Unless proper measures steps are taken, the consequences will be very high and fatal. Okay, so today we shall try to learn what are the factors that influence this rate of corrosion. Rate of corrosion means whether it happens fast or whether it happens slowly. Okay, rate of corrosion means whether it happens fast or whether it happens slowly. Okay, for example, let us take two small iron articles. Okay, two small iron articles, and let us purchase new iron articles just manufactured. Let us keep one of the iron articles in the cupboard where we keep our new clothes. Okay, what I mean to say is, if you keep these iron articles, it will not be exposed to surrounding environment or atmosphere. Okay, it will be safe. It will be prevented from exposure to the environment. In the mates of cloths, we are placing that. And another piece we keep outside. After a month or two, if you observe both the pieces, both the iron pieces, okay, the one kept outside, exposed to the environment, environmental factors, environmental constituents, it has gathered a lot of rust, whereas the piece of iron article kept in the cupboard safely with the new cloths, it has not gathered much of iron. It has not rusted much or not rusted at all because it is not exposed to the environmental constituents. So, in the case of iron article which is exposed to the environmental factors or environmental constituents, the rate of corrosion is faster, we can say, and the piece of iron article which is kept in the cupboard safely without getting much exposure to the environment, it is not much exposed. So here not corroded. So here the rate of corrosion is very slow, you can say. So whether corrosion occurs fast or corrosion occurs slowly is expressed as the rate of corrosion. Okay, is expressed as a rate of corrosion. Let us see. Now let us try to learn what are the factors that will influence this rate of corrosion. Okay, there are many factors which will influence this rate of corrosion. Okay, there are certain factors inherent to the metal, like the reactivity of the metal, the impure state of the metal, the physical state of the metal. Okay, and position of the metal in the electrochemical series, and nature of the corrosion products. These are some of the factors which depend upon the nature of the metal. They are innate to the metal. They are natural to the metal. Okay, they vary from one metal to another metal. There are certain other factors which are related to the environment. See, we have already seen that. The corrosion is because of interaction between the metal and its surrounding environment. Okay, so now let us see the different factors influencing the rate of this corrosion. Factors can be broadly divided into the factors depending upon the nature of the metal and the factors based on the which are influenced by the surrounding environment. Because corrosion is because of interaction between metal and surrounding environment. Okay, interaction between surrounding environment. So we can see that we can classify the factors that will influence the rate of corrosion as metallic factors and environmental factors. Okay, let us say them one by one. Okay, the reactivity of the metal. Okay, the reactivity of the metal. The more reactive, some metals are more reactive than others. We can say, we can obviously say. If you drop a piece of iron into the water, no reaction takes place. If you drop a piece of freshly cut sodium or potassium into the water, it reacts quite violently, and releases a lot of hydrogen gas. So it is depending upon the nature of the metal, that reactivity of the metal. Certain metals are inherently highly reactive metals like sodium, potassium, magnesium, whereas certain metals like silver, gold, silver, platinum, etc., they are less reactive. Okay, so in the case of metals which are more reactive, okay, more reactive metals will obviously react with the environment very fast and turn into metallic compounds very fast. This turning into metallic compounds itself we call as corrosion. Okay, so the highly reactive metals like alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, these two groups are highly reactive and they easily undergo corrosion. They instantly react with the environmental constituents, and in the case of these metals, the corrosion is not slow and gradual, but is instantaneous and very fast. Okay, we have to change the definition here in the case of these metals. Whereas metals like aluminium, silver, platinum, etc., we call these metals as noble metals because they show very little reactivity. Okay, in certain cases, certain instances, they occur in nature. In the case of as metals themselves, in the metallic form itself, because of their less reactivity. All other metals they occur in nature in the form of their compounds, which we call as minerals or ores, whereas these noble metals they occur in nature and the metallic form itself because they are least reactive. Since they are least reactive, they don't react with the surrounding environment much, and here the rate of corrosion will be much less. Okay, rate of corrosion will be much more less. Okay, so corrosion first depends upon the reactivity or the nature of the metal itself. Okay, that is first and foremost characteristic. Okay, next, the position of the metal in the electrochemical series. See, metals or elements are arranged, a series of metals, lots of metals and non-metals are, you can say, elements are arranged in the increasing order of their standard reduction potentials. Okay, they are arranged based on the criterion that increasing order, the lowest, the element with the lowest standard reduction potential. Okay, the lowest standard standard reduction potential is arranged in the first place, given the first place. Okay, the metal with the element with a little higher standard reduction potential is placed next, and another metal with a little higher standard reduction potential is placed next. Like that, all the elements, both metals and non-metals, they are arranged in the increasing order of their standard reduction potentials. Okay, so the elements which the elements which are present in the beginning of the series, this electrochemical series. Okay, this arrangement is called as electrochemical series, and elements which are present in the beginning of the electrochemical series, they possess a very little standard reduction potential, and they tend to lose their electrons most easily. Okay, they tend to lose their electrons most easily, okay, turn into positively charged ions, and thereby, because of this tendency, they also remain highly reactive. Elements in the beginning of the series will remain highly reactive. As we move down the group from top to the bottom, okay, the standard reduction potential will increase from top to the bottom. Along with this standard reduction potentials, okay, as standard reduction potentials increase, the reactivity of the elements will decrease. The reactivity of the elements will decrease from top to the bottom, okay, in the electrochemical series. Reactivity will decrease from top to the bottom in the electrochemical series, okay. So as the reactivity decreases, from top to the bottom in the series, so rate of corrosion will also decrease from top to the bottom. Lithium, the first alkali metal, is placed at the top of the electrochemical series. It has got very little standard reduction potential. It tends to lose its outermost electron, 3s1 electron, very easily to turn into lithium plus ion, and it's highly reactive, okay. So it undergoes, it reacts with environmental constituents very fast, and as we go down the series, the reactivity decreases. So because of that, the rate of corrosion will also decrease down the electrochemical series. And another beauty of this series is, electrochemical series is, whenever two metals are in contact in the series, are in contact with each other, okay, whenever two metals in the series are in contact with each other, the metal higher in the series, okay, they are in contact with each other in the presence of some conducting medium, some form of conducting medium. This conducting medium will always be present by default. That's the nature's arrangement, okay. We need not seriously look out for the conducting medium. By default, it will always be present. So whenever we can say that whenever two metals are in contact with each other, okay, in the presence of some conducting medium, the metal which is higher in the electrochemical series turns into anode, and the metal which is lower in the series turns into cathode. The metal higher in the series turns into anode, loses electrons, undergoes oxidation. The metal lower in the series turns into cathode, gains electrons, and undergoes reduction, okay. The metal higher in the series which is forming anode undergoes corrosion, okay. This is about the electrochemical series, position of the metal, the electrochemical series. So whenever two metals are in contact with each other, okay, if the difference between the metals is larger in the electrochemical series, if it is larger, the faster will be the rate of the corrosion, okay. If the difference between the metals in the series is less, okay, in the standard reduction potentials, the difference in the standard reduction potentials of the metals is less, the rate of corrosion will be slower. If the difference between the metals in contact, if the difference between their standard reduction potential is larger, the rate of corrosion will be faster, okay. This is also there, okay. And presence of impurities in the metals, okay. Metals are not always pure in form. They contain metals, non-metals, or other metals as impurities, okay. So the impure metal undergoes, pure metal will not undergo corrosion or undergoes corrosion very little, whereas impure metals undergo faster rate of corrosion. They undergo corrosion fast because the impurity is present. The impurities may have a different electrode potential, SRP, and bulk metal may have a different electrode potential, okay. So there will be a formation of anodes and cathodes here, and Okay, because of the difference in the standard reduction potentials, the impurity or metal with a lower standard reduction potential turn into anode and undergoes corrosion. So the more is the impurity present in the bulk of the metal, the faster will be the rate of corrosion. Okay, so rate of corrosion will always be directly proportional to the quantity of or percentage of impurities present in the bulk of the metal. The more is the impurity, the faster will be the rate of corrosion. The less is the impurity, the slower will be the rate of corrosion. Okay, so the impurities in the metal, bulk metal, is the quantity of impurities is directly proportional to the rate of corrosion. Okay, it is directly proportional to the rate of corrosion. The other gases in the atmosphere. Another thing is we have seen the grain size of the metal or physical inhomogeneities. Okay, physical inhomogeneities, physical state of the metal. Okay, we'll come to that a little later. Okay, that is also there. Okay, next, metal is surrounded by gas, atmosphere. Okay, in the atmosphere, some of the gases like carbon dioxide, even oxygen, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, HCl gas, all these are highly reactive gases, including oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen chloride, etc. Nitrogen gas is largely inactive, but including oxygen, which is present up to the extent of 21% of the atmosphere. Okay, they are all these gases, oxygen, carbon dioxide, some of the oxides of nitrogen, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, hydrogen chloride, etc. All these are highly reactive gases. They react with the metals, and the more is the presence of these gases in the surrounding environment, the faster will be the rate of corrosion. So is the case with the water vapor present in the environment or humidity present in the environment. Okay, the rate of corrosion will be, the more is the presence of water vapor, the more is the presence of water vapor, the more will be the higher, faster will be the rate of corrosion. In other words, we can say that rate of corrosion is directly proportional to the quantity of humidity in the environment or atmosphere surrounding the metal. The more is the humidity surrounding the metal, the faster will be the rate of corrosion. The less is the humidity or water vapor presence in the environment, the slower will be the rate of corrosion. Okay, the slower will be the rate of corrosion. So the concentration of reactive gases is directly proportional to the rate of corrosion. Likewise, the rate of corrosion is directly proportional to the humidity, that is the quantity of water vapor present in the surrounding environment. Okay, the more is the humidity, the faster will be the rate of corrosion. Okay, the less is the humidity, the slower will be the rate of corrosion. Temperature. Corrosion is a chemical process. Okay, it's a chemical reaction. Chemical compound products are formed. The metal is reacting chemically with the environment, and new chemical products are formed. For instance, we take rust. Iron is turning into ferric oxide, Fe3O4, or we can also call it as a ferric hydroxide, formation of ferric hydroxide. It is a turning of iron metal into ferric oxide or ferric hydroxide is a chemical reaction. Most of the chemical reactions have a positive correlation with the temperature. Most of the chemical reactions they have a positive correlation with the temperature. Okay, so temperature is, since corrosion is a chemical process, as the temperature increases, the rate of chemical reaction increases, so is the rate of corrosion. Otherwise, you can say that the rate of corrosion increases with the increase of ambient temperature. So you can say that the rate of corrosion is directly proportional to the temperature. The more is the temperature, the faster will be the rate of corrosion, and the less is the temperature, the slower will be the rate of corrosion. The less is the temperature, the slower will be the rate of corrosion. Okay, this is about the temperature, influence of temperature. The nature of corrosion products. See, if the corrosion product is soluble in the surrounding corroding medium, okay, or corrosion happens and corrosion products are gaseous in nature. So what happens if the corrosion product is soluble in the surrounding medium? What happens? Again, fresh metal will be exposed. Again, it will react with the surrounding environment, surrounding medium. Again, it also, the formed corrosion products will also dissolve. Again, fresh metal will be exposed. So what's happening? The rate of corrosion is increasing if the products of corrosion are soluble in the surrounding medium. In the case of iron, the same thing happens. If a rust is formed, the rust increases. Okay, the rust increases the rate of corrosion. Rusting increases the rate of corrosion. Okay. Similarly, on the other hand, if a fresh aluminum object is exposed to the environment, okay, it reacts with the oxygen present in the environment and forms a layer of aluminum oxide on the entire surface of the aluminum object. This layer of aluminum oxide is insoluble in the surrounding medium and it acts as a protective layer, whereas rust, ferric hydroxide or ferric oxide will not give any protection to the iron from further corrosion. On the other hand, aluminum oxide, which covers the surface of the entire aluminum object, that gives protection to the aluminum metal. Okay, it acts as a protective agent, something like paint. It protects underlying aluminum metal and cuts off the contact of surrounding environment with the underlying aluminum metal. Okay, so if corrosion products are soluble in the surrounding environment, the faster will be the rate of corrosion. Okay, if the corrosion product is insoluble or acts as a barrier, okay, then the rate of corrosion will decrease. The physical state of the metal. See, the fundamental aspect we have discussed is the corrosion is a surface phenomena. Whatever factor that increases the area of the particle, metal particle or metal object, that makes it more exposed to the environment and the faster will be the rate of corrosion. Okay, so as the grain size decreases, as the grain size of the metal decreases, okay, the surface area of the metal will go on increasing and so the rate of corrosion. The rate of corrosion increases with the decreasing of the grain size. The rate of corrosion will increase with increasing the stress and strain of the metal. Okay, the orientation of crystals also will influence the rate of corrosion. As the grain size of the metal decreases, the surface area of the metal will increase. Okay, and more and more of the metal will come into contact with the surrounding environment. Okay, more and more metal will come into the contact with the surrounding environment. Okay, more and more will come into contact with the surrounding environment, and because of this, the rate of corrosion will increase. So the rate of corrosion is inversely proportional to the grain size. As the grain size of the metal decreases, the rate of corrosion will increase because of the multifold increase in the surface area. Next is stress. As the stress on one part of the metal object increases, okay, the rate of corrosion will also increase. Stress on the metal object is directly proportional to the rate of corrosion. And corrosion also depends upon the orientation of the crystals. Okay, that also influences the rate of corrosion. Okay, the smaller the grain size of the metal, the greater will be its corrosion, because increased because of the increased surface area, and it is the surface of the metal that is coming into contact with the environment. So the more is the surface area, more is contact with the environment, and the higher will be the rate of corrosion. Stressed areas of the metal will undergo corrosion more and more easily. Stressed areas will have a higher rate of corrosion. Stressed areas will have a higher rate of corrosion. Okay. Summary. What have we learned? We have studied about various factors influencing the rate of corrosion. Some of the factors like the reactivity of the metal, okay, the reactivity of the metal, the grain size of the metal, the position of the metal in the electrochemical series, okay, the surface area of the metal, the grain size of the metal, all these things, the nature of the corrosion products, all these things are the factors which depend upon the nature of the metal. Okay, these factors will depend upon the nature of the metal. Okay, the more to recollect. Okay, the more reactive metal is, the faster will be the rate of corrosion, because corrosion is because of reaction between the metal and surrounding environmental constituents. Okay, so the corrosion is directly proportional to the reactivity of the metal. The more reactive metal is, the more faster will be the rate of corrosion. Likewise, alkali metals which are more reactive, okay, undergo faster rate of corrosion. Okay, they undergo faster rate of corrosion, whereas alkali metals like sodium, potassium, and alkali earth metals also like magnesium, calcium, etc., all these metals occur in nature only in the form of their compounds because of their higher reactivity. All these metals occur in nature only in the form of their metallic compounds. Metals with lower reactivity, which are noble, okay, they are called metals with lower reactivity or less reactivity. They are called as noble metals. These will not undergo much corrosion. The rate of corrosion will be slower, and such metals, because they don't react with environmental constituents, these metals may occur in nature in their true metallic form itself. The metals like platinum, gold and silver, they are called as noble metals, or because metal coins are made with them, they are also called as coinage metals. Okay, these metals undergo very little corrosion because they are noble, they behave nobly, and they are less reactive. Okay, so the more reactive metal is, the faster will be the rate of corrosion. The less reactive metal is, the slower will be the rate of corrosion. Next factor is the solubility of corrosion products. If products of corrosion are soluble, see, metal has reacted with the surrounding environment, metallic surface is coated with these corrosion products. Imagine a set where these corrosion products become dissolved in the surrounding environment. They are no more present on the metal surface. So what happens? Fresh surface of the metal will be exposed. fresh surface of the metal will be exposed to the environment. Okay, so it again undergoes corrosion. Again the corrosion products dissolve in the surrounding environment, and again fresh metal. This process goes on repeating, and because of this the rate of corrosion will be extremely fast. It depends upon the nature of the metal and its corrosion products. Inside iron, in the case of iron, the formation of rust will further enhance the rate of rusting. That is the nature of the corrosion. That is the nature of the iron. Whereas if you take the aluminum metal, if you take the metal of aluminum, okay, once the aluminum is freshly prepared aluminum object is exposed to the environment, the surface of the aluminum which comes into contact with the surrounding environment, it will react with the reactive gas present, that is oxygen present in the environment, and forms aluminum oxide. This aluminum oxide layer which is formed on the surface of the aluminum metal, okay, which is formed on the surface of the aluminum metal, it acts as a protective layer. It acts as a protective layer, and it acts as a barrier and protective layer, and cuts off the contact of surrounding environment with the underlying aluminum metal. Aluminum metal is again a highly reactive metal, but still once the aluminum oxide Al2O3 is formed on the surface of the aluminum metal, it is no more undergoing corrosion. It is not undergoing corrosion because the formed aluminum layer acts as a protective layer and cuts off contact of air surrounding environment with the underlying aluminum metal. Okay, so the rate of corrosion is proportional to the solubility of the corrosion products in the surrounding environment. The more is the solubility of corrosion products, the faster will be the rate of corrosion. Next we will see we have seen the position of the metal in the electrochemical series. So elements are arranged based on their standard reduction potential. They are arranged in the increasing order of their standard reduction potentials, and they form into a order arrangement which is called as electrochemical series. So obviously the elements present in the beginning of the series have least standard reduction potentials, and these standard reduction potentials will go on increasing and going down the series. Okay, so the metal and the metals with less standard reaction potentials are more reactive. So reactivity also decreases down the group. So the metals which are present in the beginning of the series or beginning of the series, they are highly reactive metals, and they interact with the environment very fast, and the rate of corrosion will be very high in the case of these metals. And since the reactivity decreases down the group, okay, reactivity decreases down the group, the metals present in the lowest places in this electrochemical series are less reactive, and rate of corrosion will be less in their case. They may even behave as noble metals. And also, whenever two metals in the series are in contact with each other, the one higher in the series undergoes oxidation, loses electrons. The one lower in the series acts as cathode and absorbs the electrons and acts as a cathode, undergoes reduction in the presence of any conducting medium. This conducting medium will always be present by default. Okay, so whenever two metals are in contact with each other, if they are far away from each other, one another in the electrochemical series, the rate of corrosion will be faster. If they are nearer to one another in the electrochemical series, the rate of corrosion will be less. Okay, that's about this. Next, about the physical state of the metal. Okay, corrosion is obviously a surface phenomena. Okay, it's obviously a surface phenomena. So as the grain size of the metal decreases, its surface area will increase multifold. Okay, and as the grain size of the metal is decreases, its surface area will increase, and hence the rate of corrosion will also increase very fast. Okay, so here rate of corrosion is inversely proportional to the grain size of the metal. Then the more stress the metal object is, the faster will be the rate of corrosion. The orientation of particles or metal particles will also determine the rate of corrosion. Okay. Next, the influence of the environment. Okay, the higher is the temperature, the faster will be the rate of corrosion, because corrosion is a chemical reaction. The higher is the temperature, the faster will be the rate of corrosion. Likewise, the higher is the humidity in the environment surrounding the metal, the faster will be the rate of corrosion. More is humidity, more is corrosion, more is temperature, more is corrosion. Okay. Presence of certain reactive gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, oxides of sulfur, hydrogen chloride gas, all these reactive gases will increase the rate of corrosion. Okay, rate of corrosion. pH, acidic pH in the metallic surroundings will increase the rate of corrosion. Okay, acidic pH. Whereas neutral and basic pH will not promote corrosion. Okay, basic and neutral pH will not increase the rate of corrosion, whereas acidic pH will always goes to increase the rate of corrosion. Okay, so these are the various factors that will influence the rate of corrosion. Okay, corrosion of metal is promoted by acidic environment, presence of impurities in the metal, increase in the temperature. See, acidic environment also promotes the corrosion. Presence of impurities, the more is the presence of impurities, the more is the rate of corrosion, higher is the rate of corrosion. Okay. Temperature is also directly proportional to the rate of corrosion. So all the factors will increase the corrosion of the metal. Okay. Next question. Which of the following metals undergoes corrosion easily? Say silver, gold and platinum. These are called noble metals. They are less reactive. Okay, so they don't undergo corrosion because of less reactivity. They don't undergo corrosion easily. Whereas our iron undergoes corrosion very, very easily. Okay, the answer is A. The rate of corrosion from top to the bottom of metals in the electrochemical series decreases because okay, the reactivity of the elements okay, or metals from top to bottom in the electrochemical series, the metals their reactivity will decrease from top to bottom. So since corrosion is directly proportional to the reactivity, rate of corrosion will also decrease from top to bottom, okay, in the electrochemical series. The frequently asked question is explain the factors influencing the rate of corrosion. This is asked for the essay question. Okay, so you better learn it properly. It is asked for 10 marks. Thank you all for listening to the lecture. If you have any doubts, you can contact me.